Yeah, man. So moving forward, man. Um, like I said earlier, we lost we lost David Montgomery. I just want to get into what we would what we looking at now. So we lost David Montgomery. Like I said, uh, I think Jameer Gibbs is going to get a few more snaps. Essentially, when he needs a breather, you should see Craig Reynolds or Sion Vaki in there. Um, Carlton Davis, man, I'm not really sure who will be coming in. I've heard rumors of Emmanuel Mosley for like 3 weeks now, but I haven't seen him. Um, I've heard just recently Ennis Drake Shaw is hovering around being ready to go. But essentially, I've heard it's going to be Kendall Vildor out there, man. Who do you think is going to be out there for Carlton Davis, essentially?
Yeah, no, it's the Terry Arnold show, and then yeah, Kendall Vildor. That's the only able-bodied cornerback you got right now. To your point, yeah, Rakestraw and Mosley have been on the injury report all season long. So if you get them back, that would be fantastic. But like you said, you can't count them until you actually see them. Um, they asked Dan Campbell if he was flirting with the idea of putting Branch at corner, and he did. He didn't answer the question. He said that everything was on the table, but the way he answered it made me feel like they've definitely given that a lot of thought. And he broke it down how you got to keep in mind, like, yeah, you might make this position better, but are you taking away from this position, or do you have something that you can put in this position, and just basically the chess game that is putting your lineup out there. And then another thing that came out was will they bring back Jerry Jacobs?
Yeah, I've been hearing the Jerry Jacobs things too. Vildor and Jacobs, I kind of feel like that's the same guy. So either or for there, I mean, I feel like Vildor or Jacobs are. I mean, they're good enough to hold it down. They're not going to be elite. They're not going to be elite guys, but they can hold it down. They're going to get beat every now and then, but they'll do good enough. Like I said earlier, to make a play when you need them to make a play. Hopefully, but the thing you said about Brian Branch going to the corner, I didn't hear that. And essentially, the best odds would, and it seems like it may happen. We get Emmanuel Mosley or Rakestraw in this position. But what I heard, but another thing I heard going around is you move Amik Robinson out to corner. You move Brian Branch down to nickel, and essentially, if he meant if he Menafanu is coming off the injury list as well, you put him at safety, and that will be your secondary.
Yeah, that again, that's all predicated on who we got available. Because yeah, if he's another guy who I feel like every week they say he's back at practice, and then a couple days before game day he's out again. So if go ahead.
No, I was going to say so. Essentially, I think the scenario that I'm saying wouldn't happen until the Vikings game. You for sure gonna get Vildor this game, but I think the scenarios that I'm saying wouldn't happen until unless some like miraculously that all three of them are just good this game. But I don't think you'll essentially see it to the Vikings game.
Yeah, yeah. I just like I if you told me that I went through the whole season and I didn't see Iffy, Rakestraw, or give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, or Mosley for the rest of the season, I wouldn't be surprised, man. It's just they. I keep hearing that they on their way. I keep hearing they on their way, and I still haven't seen them. But yeah, man, if they do come back, we definitely, our secondary has been a godsend this season. It's been the most elite group. Carlton Davis has by far been my favorite addition to this team from this year's past off season. So to lose Carlton Davis, man, like, oh my God, man, it's all I can say is I'm glad we got the Bears coming up next. That's the best you could ask for is playing the Bears. And it'll give you hopefully another week and another victory. That's what you're aiming for is another week, another victory, and another opportunity for more time to get healthy.
And look, man, at the end of the day, I just want to remind everybody that initially at the end of training camp, right before he got hurt, if we do get him back, the secondary wasn't going to be Terry Arnold and Davis. It was going to be Mosley and Davis until Mosley got hurt. Remember, before Mosley got hurt, he was the number one corner out of that training camp. But you know what I'm saying, he initially didn't make the initial roster. So if we get them back, that is a super plus. You know what I'm saying? But the last person I guess I need to talk about is the defensive line, man. Uh, so on the defensive line, man, we got Patrick O'Neal, Levi Azarike, which isn't bad, man. It's not bad. Levi Azarike, he's been having a pretty decent season. Josh Pascal has been having a pretty decent season when he can stay on the field. We got Zadarius Smith, and we got Broderick Martin, who I've been waiting for patiently for 2 years to show me something. And we got DJ Reader. Can these guys manage anything, man? I mean, what are your feelings on the defensive line, man? Are we gonna be okay on the defensive line? I'm probably asking the wrong person, dog. I'm probably asking the wrong person. But come on, be objective. Be objective.
Um, you know, okay. I tell you what, the best thing I saw about the Lions' defensive line was somebody put out a tweet, and it was that Max Crosby is out for the season, and they said that he being out for the season would fit perfectly on this Lions team.
I should have known, dog. I should have known.
But no, all jokes aside, man, this defensive line. This defensive line to me is Jerry Jacobs, and I like Jerry Jacobs. I didn't get a chance to say that earlier. I like Jerry Jacobs. I was more of a Jerry Jacobs fan than the average Lions fan because he was asking Jerry Jacobs to guard the best player on the other teams on the other team, and he gave you everything he had. Sometimes it looked real bad, but sometimes he held his own. So I like Jerry Jacobs. But that being said, this defensive line is like Jerry Jacobs and Kendall Vildor, which is they're gonna go out there and they're gonna give you the best that they have, but sometimes you are not gonna know it. You're not gonna realize it. It's not gonna stand out. But I tell you when it will stand out is when that quarterback is back there for 10 seconds and and then you asking, you sitting there watching the game like, where is the Darius Smith? Where is Josh Pascal? Levi Onwuzurike. I've been out on Levi Onwuzurike for a while. I've been, Josh Pascal. He's to me, he would be a great rotational player. And then you got guys like DJ Reader. I've kind of said it to this point. I'm still waiting on, he'll have a good game here and there. But day in and day out, Aleem McNeil, who I gave you shit for, I've come more around to Aleem McNeil, especially being in a good run stopper, setting the tone for stopping the run. But we no more Lee McNeil. So my favorite lineman that we had still standing is gone. And yeah, even the guys that's bringing in, the Muhammad's and the Wingos, like those guys are hurt.
Right, right.
So even the backups, I didn't even mind, but there's then Broderick Martin is still on the team. I mean, there's the Levi Onwuzurike.
Broderick Martin is right there, man. Broderick
For
Martin is right there.
for everything that Brad Holmes has done, everybody has a weakness. Everybody has a weakness, and I'm starting to think that defensive line is Brad Holmes' weakness because the only one that he's truly hit on is Aiden Hutchinson, and God parted the skies and gave that to Brad Holmes. Like, there's no way he could have missed on that. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in this defensive line.
Out of everything you said, man, the point I agree with most is the defensive line is Kendall Vildor and Jerry Jacobs. They are not elite, but they're good guys, man. They're gonna and that's all I ask of them. All I ask of this defense is to give me a play when I need it, man. I don't need you to be elite. I don't need you to hold all the offenses down to 10 yards a quarter and 0 touchdowns every game. All I need you to do is when we need a play, make a play. And that's where I'm at with the team, man. And with all that being said, we went through all that just to say, man, Lions fans, don't panic, man. Everybody is counting us off, man. Everybody is counting us out. But it's always been Detroit versus everybody, man. Everybody expects us to fail. It's hard. We made it harder, man. But if it's any team that can get through this struggle, I mean, we can do it, man. We got the coach that's gonna pump us up. We got the players that work hard through adversity. Stop the panicking, man. There's still a path.